Summer loving happens so fast. And let's open up that recess. This episode of Anyway So, unofficially sponsored by Recess Mood. I got one, and sometimes I like drinking them, and they make me feel a little bit less anxious, so that's nice. I'm going to push the mic away because people don't like it when I drink into the mic. Hold on. Fantastic. And, in true ADHD fashion, we have 3 drinks on the table. We got Lucky Energy drink, we got Recess Mood, and then we have a concoction of just, random other shit in my blender bottle. Because, I got to have 3. I can't just have one. I got to have, you got to mix it all up. I got to have a speedball of Lucky Energy and then magnesium and adaptogens, which I don't really know if it does anything, but that's how it's going to be. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Anyway So. My name is Dylan Palladino. This is my podcast. Let's get into some calls. 347, what is it, 347 or 3479? Yeah. How do I forget my phone number? 347-566-9741. That's the hotline. Call it if you need some advice, if you want to say hi. But, make it so that I can talk about what you're saying. We got one caller that loves to just tell us that he used to tour with Afro Man. Excuse me. I think he left a message about it, and we'll see if it's worth listening to. Let's see. He sent us there's also a text. I also text you guys back. Let's see. He's the 618 number. So let's see. He left one. Okay, he only left a 38-second voicemail. That's nice. That's pretty good because someone else left. Oh, fuck, this guy left a 5-minute and 26-second voicemail. All right, we're gonna listen to that, but we might have to cut it because I don't. That's very long. That's very long. How you guys doing? It's Sunday. It's 4 p.m. I'm recording a little bit later than usual, but that's okay. Went to a party last night. Maybe we'll get into that after we take some voicemails. I went to a coffee shop. Dude, I went to a coffee shop right before this because at this point, my first cup of coffee is just preventing me from jumping off a bridge. The second cup is the one that actually gets me going through the day. The first one is like a shot of adrenaline just so it's like smelling salt so I can wake up. But then the second one is like, okay, now I can start my day and do stuff. It's wake up and have water. I don't think so. I'm waking up and I'm having a double shot of espresso. That's what I'm doing. But here's what I wanted to suggest. Does this piss anyone else off? Call in 347. Dude, what's happening? 347-566-9741. I went to a coffee shop and I got a coffee, and then I go to see if there's anywhere I can sit down, and there's nowhere to sit. And that pissed me the fuck off because I go, why did I just buy a coffee here? I wanted to sit. I'm paying to enjoy where I'm at. I'm paying to enjoy the space. Sometimes you just want the coffee, but other times you want to enjoy the ambiance of where you are. And I think coffee shops should have a vacancy, no vacancy sign, just so that I can know when I walk in, hey, there's no vacancy, so I'm going to either decide to get the coffee just for the coffee's sake, or I'm going to go somewhere else where I can enjoy the ambiance. I can enjoy the feel of being in a coffee shop. I can enjoy the background music of the jazz. I can watch someone write a screenplay that is definitely not good and no one's going to read. Or maybe it's great because sometimes I might write a screenplay in a coffee shop and my shit's great, but more often than not, I can. You guys hear that vacuum? That's annoying. I can eavesdrop on people's conversations. That's all part of life and living and being in a coffee shop. And when there's no vacancy, I kind of feel like I got blue-balled a little bit. Because if that's the case, I'm going to go to a bodega and I'm going to get a $2 coffee, not a $4.75 coffee, because then all I'm doing is getting my fix. I don't need everything else. I just want to pay $2.50 for the guy to call me boss and smile at me and then give me the coffee and, be really surprised that I don't want sugar in it, even though it's like, no, dude, just milk. I'm good. You sure you don't want sugar, boss? No. Just, okay. Because he knows his coffee tastes like shit. So he's like, how are you? Well, you're going to drink this without whatever. Have another sip. Let's see. Someone called. We have like 4 voicemails that are legit 3 seconds. So maybe we'll start with one of those just to show the insanity of people. And North Carolina from last week. I'm not sipping into the microphone just for you, so you better appreciate that. All right. Someone left a voicemail. Start digging in your butt, twin. Right.
Start digging in your butt, twin.
Yep. Okay. That's good. Thank you for that. And then someone else from this is from a 715. So let's find out where they are. 715 area code. Jersey. Oh, it's New York. Where is 715 area code? Like, man, I gotta stop using this non-Google, because I got like really weird about Google because I listened to one podcast episode where someone was talking about how they're tracking everything, and so then I started using a browser that's not Google. Not Google Chrome, and then it uses a search engine that like doesn't track you. But man, I'm sorry, it just sucks though. That's the problem. Google tracks you, and they know everything you do, but also it's a really good product. These other ones that don't track you, they suck ass. 715 area code. Watch, I'm going to Google now. I'm going to type it in. It's going to be perfect. Yep, it immediately. I mean, it's AI overview, but immediately it tells me. Oh, it's from Wisconsin. Serves most of the northern part of Wisconsin, including cities like Eau Claire, Wausau, and Superior. Central time zone. I would think he was my friend Reza, but no, he has a LA area code. So that's one. Start digging in your butt, twin. And then someone else, 20 minutes later, does this.
Start aggressively digging in your butt, twin.
Yeah, so that sounds like, I don't know, someone who's 13 years old. And you know what? And they have the same area code. They're probably friends. Hey, all good, dude. You're enjoying your life. It's okay. You got and then we got a third one. From another. Okay, these are all from Wisconsin. I guess I have fans in Wisconsin. But you're enjoying the. Let's see. There we go.
So basically, do you have any like fucking ball itching cream? Cause my balls itch like bad.
Okay.
And I don't know what to do, man. Please help. Except I don't know what to do, man. My balls itch.
Okay. So I knew this was going to happen, obviously with the voicemail, but I'm going to take it. Dude, you have jock itch, and you gotta get what is it, Lotrimin? What is it for jock itch? Cream. Yeah, dude, you gotta get some cream. Your balls are itching. It's because you got jock itch, and that's gross. Maybe we starting the podcast off talking about that. Clotrimazole. It's Lotrimin. Yeah, Lotrimin, dude. You got to get some Lotrimin. That's why your balls itch. I don't know what happened with these 3 people from Wisconsin that all got together and were like, let's just leave weird voicemails, but hey, I appreciate it. Thanks for calling in. I'm going to personally text each of you and go, hey, I featured you on the show. You sound like crazy people. No one's going to top last week with the woodchuck guy, but I still enjoy this. Still enjoy it. Let's see. Someone left one from 5, literally like 10 minutes ago. Okay. Okay, just nothing. It's 917 though, so they're from New York. Okay, let's actually do one. I put up a bunch of posters around New York City. I'm doing some guerrilla marketing, and we got a call. Let's listen to it.
Yes, I just saw the if you did something cringe poster
Mm-hmm.
this week, and yeah, I fucked up pretty bad. So I bike a lot. I'm new to NYU.
Okay.
And I was at the library, and
First of all, good for you for biking, man. Keep it up, okay? You're changing the world.
I got my bike, I'm wearing these Birkenstock shoes. And I try to get, jump up onto the bike to, start pedaling and
It's
stuff.
your first mistake.
And right in the middle of the street, right outside the library, there was like at least 50 people there standing watching me do this.
Oh,
like,
dude.
Birkenstock falls off right in the middle of the street.
Oh.
And then it flips over.
Oh.
And I'm fucking struggling.
Dude.
To get it back flipped over again. I can't do it. I'm like fumbling in the street with my bike. And I literally like, it got to a point I couldn't get my fucking shoe on, that I had to just throw my bike on the street and start
Okay, I can't hear what you're saying. Fuck, dude. You got to the best part of the episode, or the best part of the voicemail, and I don't know what you're saying. It got to the point where I couldn't get my phone.
Take up my shoe and put it on my foot. Like, that's how long I was struggling with it. Yeah, so a bunch of people saw me do that, and I looked like a dipshit on my big-ass bike.
Damn, dude. Yeah, that's pretty embarrassing. I'm not going to lie. Your shoe fell off and then went to the middle of the street. And you're at NYU, and you're trying to save the world. You're trying to bike. You're trying to have zero carbon emissions. But then you're wearing Birkenstocks, so you can't be riding bikes with open-toed shoes, man. Because number one, you're gonna maybe scratch your big toe, or scratch something's gonna happen to one of your toes, and that sucks. But number two, your shoe might fall off. You gotta wear the proper attire. For you got to dress for the job I guess you're supposed to dress for the job you want, not the job you have. But you should dress for the job you have, which is being an NYU student and biking around. And you can't be wearing Birkenstocks, dude. You just it fell off, and then it went face down in the street, and then everyone's looking at you like, what, dude? What is up with? And here's the thing. I know you wanted me to tell you, like, don't worry, man. No one noticed, and no one was looking about. Everyone saw. And I mean, they're not talking about it long term, but they're definitely were like, damn, that's embarrassing. Oh shit, look at that guy trying to get his Birkenstock back on. And then a couple girls were probably like, why is he wearing Birkenstocks when he's like riding a bike? Oh my god, he's probably crunchy. He definitely doesn't shave his pubes. They're thinking stuff like that. They're extrapolating from the fact that you're wearing Birkenstocks on your bike. And look, I get it. Sometimes you don't want to throw the closed toes on. Sometimes you want to have the OTs. You don't want to have the CTs. You want your dogs to get some air. But on the bike, dude, it does not follow OSHA, and it sucks, man. And for people listening, if you didn't go to NYU, where he's talking about the library, Bobst, it is on 4th Street, and there's he said 50 people. There's at least 200 people. At least 200 to 500 people walked by and were like, yo, look at that guy with the bird. That's bad. But hey, man, we all do cringe shit. It happens to us every week. But part of the show is celebrating, hey, we did something cringe this week. That's all good. Okay? That's fine. Celebrate it. It's what makes us human. It's all good. I did some cringe shit when I went to that coffee shop. They had these pastries, and I asked her about one of the pastries because it's originally from Portugal. It's called a pastéis de nata. But I could have just called it an egg. I could have just called it an egg custard, But I said pastéis de nata, and then she goes, "What is that?" And then I had to explain what it is, and she's like, "Oh," and I go, "Are they those or are they different ones?" And she's like, "Oh, I don't know." And then I did the thing where I was just like, "Oh," I started explaining to her what pastéis de nata are and like where they are in Portugal and how I got them when I went to Portugal. Why am I explaining any of that? Just say okay. Because I felt so uncomfortable, I was like, "Oh well, actually, the pastéis de nata it's made with just the egg yolk, and a bunch of nuns in Portugal made it, and I got them when I was in Portugal. I got them in Portugal, and man, I gotta say, they're much better in Portugal than they are in your shitty coffee shop. I'm sure yours are fine, but I'm doing that. Those cringe as fuck. But it's what happens. You get caught doing something, you get uncomfortable, and then you go, oh shit, okay, I talked for way too long. Let's keep moving. Okay, let's go to the next one. Don't wear Birkenstocks anymore when you bike. But keep biking, that's good. Proud of you for that. Let's see this guy. Here it is. Oh, I think I know. This one might be serious. If this is serious.
Hey, Dylan, it's Nevin. Shorter voicemail for you this time.
Okay, here we go.
I wonder I have a statement to make, and I want to know if you agree, and then if you do or don't do, just your thought on it. Why is it still, in the year 2025, that a lot of straight men still think it's funny to call something gay derogatorily? I'll admit it, we do it. It still kind of hits in our humor, like zeitgeist. But do you agree, and why do you think that is? All right.
Okay.
Bye.
That's good, dude. That was a good one. See, I like that. I like that a lot. Also, I finished the screenplay. We should get dinner. We can talk about it. Here's the thing, man. Gay went away and it came back, and I think it's okay that it came back because it's kind of been accepted in the culture as not something that you call an actual a gay guy. Like unless he's doing something homosexual. But you would never say it derogatorily to someone who's part of the alphabet mafia, you know? You would never do that. If someone did that, you would go, what are you doing, bro? What the fuck is wrong with you? You know? And that's kind of where it's at now. I do think it can be overused very quickly, but unfortunately there are certain things that happen that just gay works kind of perfectly for describing it. You can say lame. You can say whack. I try to do that because I try not to overuse it. But there are certain, it can be overused. But there are certain instances where my teenage brain comes out and I'm like, yeah, gay is the perfect adjective for this. And I'm not perfect, dude, and that's fine. I'm a comedian. That's like it's what I do. I like doing things that are maybe not right to do all the time. And calling someone gay every now and then is one of them. But I would never use it to describe an actual gay guy unless I was saying like, that's honestly, I don't even think I would say like, that's gay. What are you doing? I'd be like, that's like legitimately homosexual. You know? I don't know. I don't know why it's great men still. It's the problem is you can tell what kind of guy someone is by how they use the term gay. You know? Like if they use it for something that is so clearly dumb and is just a joke, and it's almost like he's making fun of the fact that he's calling something gay, then it's fine. But you know, if you I'm trying to think. If you hold, I mean, that's kind of funny. I was gonna say if you hold the door open for someone and you're like, all right, dude, don't be so gay about it. It's kind of funny because it's a misdirect because it doesn't make any sense. That's why I think it's still funny and can be used. But if it has any inkling of like, I think being gay is wrong, that's pretty bad. It's a language thing, dude, that you could tell me if I'm wrong. I feel like culture has come back around to where we think it's fine because you can tell if someone is being actually homophobic when they say it, right? Maybe you're not gonna agree with everything I say. So, okay, let's see what else. Here we go. Oh, this is that fucking crazy guy. Okay.
Yeah, hey there, Dylan. I think I called you the other day. I got into the alcoholic eggnog and had a few too many Husker Do's there. And I called, and I think I left you a voicemail with some quite pertinent information that the Canadian government made me sign papers not to release for about 10 years until the statute of limitations expires. So if you come across that voicemail, just don't play it on the podcast. Disregard it for me, please, bud. All right? Thanks. See you later.
Can I just get one normal person that listens to the show? I swear to God. I mean, that was not a real voice and not a real person. But let's see. Yeah, I mean, yeah, okay, whatever. This is a 618 guy. Who is this guy? 618. What area code is that? We're just gonna start looking up area codes just to because we got 3 Wisconsins. We got 1 North Carolina, and this is Carbondale. Where is this? Illinois, southern portion of Illinois. All right, we got Illinois boy. We got the Illinois boy leaving me just the weirdest voicemails ever. And okay, one more. Here we go. Let's listen to this one.
Hey, Dylan. I'm curious about your opinion of the date application of Snapchat.
Mm-hmm.
Lately, a lot of random guys just add anyone who's suggested to them, and they just kind of play the numbers game, shooting their shot, and it's become like a dating app. Literally, they won't know who you are, but they just randomly add you, find out what you look like, and sometimes you'll be local, sometimes you'll be out of the country or state. But lately, it's been happening, and some of my friends, even myself, like, you'll start to meet people, and there's like, I did not even go out seeking anyone, or I deleted Tinder or whatever.
What?
And they just like start talking to you. So like, what do you think about that? Is that something you've done? Do people do that to you? I just think it's a little invasive, but it's kind of odd when it works out.
Wow. I did not know Snapchat's a dating app now? I thought Snapchat was for selling drugs and sending nudes. That's the only and even then I think it's basically for nudes. You're just, can you imagine adding someone based on just their Bitmoji? Something where everyone looks like weird as what? Where everyone looks like a cartoon? Dude, you might as well like jack off the Family Guy porn. What do you like, dude? What is wrong with you? What? No, I've never had that happen. I think it's weird. Yeah, I think that's weird. I mean, look, if a guy is adding you off of Snapchat and trying to talk because of that, he's not the one, dude. He's not even like that dude. Do not talk to him. He's adding people. He either has 500 bodies or 3. And if he has 3, they're dead, you know? And if he has 500, some of them are probably dead as well. But like, no. That I can't believe you talked to them. I got added by someone on Snapchat the other day that was like, it was like top-notch mouth. It was like A+ mouth. It was so weird. I just adding someone. Dude, also my Snapchat emoji is ugly, dude. I'm like bald and I look bad. And you're still, yeah. I think that's like so. I guess. I mean, it's weird. Dating is so weird now because people don't want to go out and actually meet someone because it's so much easier to do everything online, and so much of just like normal discourse is via our phones or social media. So you can kind of really get to know someone without meeting them in public, but doesn't feel, yeah, you if a guy is adding you on Snapchat, he's like a serial killer or just an absolute pussy hound, and like he's gross. Like, I mean, has it worked out for you? I want you to like, has anyone met someone through Snapchat and it worked out? I need to know if that's true. Call in and say if that's happened. 347-566-9741. Has Snapchat dating worked out for you? I didn't know it was a dating app. Kind of the numbers game. Yeah, this whole like shooting your shot thing. If you can tell a guy is just like playing the numbers game thing, is not a good sign. You know? Like, I'm doing a lot of Dylanisms that you know this episode, but maybe the recess is chilling me out too much. I'm relaxed. So relaxed. Thank you for calling in, by the way. I don't think you should be going on dates with people from Snapchat. Maybe it worked out. Call back. 502, where are you? 502 area code. Let's see. I hate this search engine from Brave. Where's the 502 area code though? Please tell me. Man, oh, Louisville on Lexington, Kentucky. Oh, cool. All right. That's great. You know, it feels, well, actually, it's from a lot of places, not just there. So you could be from any of these counties. I'm just going to say Louisville. You know, sometimes it feels weird for me to like say where the area code is from. And then I realized none of it is identifying information at all. And I'm just being an anxious little wreck. We have one more, but it's 5 minutes. I'm gonna save it for next episode. But guys, we got a bunch of calls, and and half of them were absolute nonsense bullshit, and one of them was good. Was about Snapchat. That one was good. I mean, the Canadian guy won. I don't know what he was talking about. I know. Here's the thing, guys. Don't try to be funny. It's not going to work. It's going to look, one of you is going to be maybe funny. One of you. But hundreds of you are going to try, and it's just going to be weird, and then I'm going to stop featuring any voicemail. I'm going to have to start screening the voicemails and the text I get, and that's lame, right? Start aggressively digging in your butt, twin. What is that from? Start digging in your butt, twin. I think I'm going to start calling people twin. It's kind of fun. What does start digging in your butt, twin come from? Wait, what? Originated from an edit of a scene in SpongeBob SquarePants. Welcome to the Chum Bucket. In the clip, a robot with SpongeBob brain tells... Wait, no way? Wait, what? How do I find this? Okay, wait. Actually, now I want to see the video. Where's the video? Fuck. All right, let's go to YouTube. We'll find it. We're learning. Dude, you guys, we're learning about the internet today. Let's see. Start digging in your butt, twin SpongeBob. Here we go. Let's find it. Okay, here we go.
And I want you to make me a Krabby Patty.
Start digging in your butt, twin.
What?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, dude, that's so funny. So someone obviously just edited it. I thought that actually, why did I even for a second think that was actually said on SpongeBob? God, I'm an idiot.
What weenies? Start digging in your butt, twin. What?
Okay, yeah, this is a bunch of different. Yeah, no, I mean it's not from. But okay, hold on. Let's see what Reddit says. Someone goes, from what I can find, it literally just means to pick at your butt with your fingers. Yeah, no shit, dude. Some people think it means you're being a hard ass. I could see that. Is just a command for subject to begin fingering their own ass. What the fuck? According to Urban Dictionary, it means to reinforce your confidence and to lock in. There's no way. Absolutely no way. Oh, sorry, hit the microphone. Absolutely no way. It's a reference to the digging in your butt meme that was popularized in late July 20. Oh, this happened recently of this year. After an edit. Oh, wow. It literally just came from probably shit that, like, isn't it crazy that someone just made that online as a joke, and then everyone is now just saying start digging in your butt, twin, like actually as a start digging in your butt, twin. Yeah, so those are the voicemails. And what a time to be alive. To get just absolute insanity voicemails. What else did I write down? How was my week? How was your week? How's everyone feeling? This feels, dude, we're feeling like Sunday, right? This is a nice little Sunday pod. We're chilling. This one's chill. Last week, it's like, I'm opening the Lucky Energy, by the way. Last week, I was screaming the discount thing. That was a lot for when I listened back to it, I went, oh shit, okay, I was screaming. But we're doing well. I went to a party last night, and man, I used to like party. Like I still like going to parties, but after about does this happen to anyone else? After about an hour maybe an hour and a half of being at a party and talking to people, I like go nonverbal and I go find a corner where no one is, and I just like chill there for 15 minutes. I just have to like recharge talking to everyone. Does that happen to anyone else? I can take my headphones out for a little bit. Like I'll just be at the party and then I'll be talking to everyone, it'll be going well. And then 90 minutes in, I'll go, well, time to go nonverbal. And I'll just like have to like leave and go just be on my own. I was just eating tacos in the corner of this, on the corner of the roof of someone's roof. And a girl came up to me and she was like, what are you doing over here? I was like, you know how I be, just digging in my butt. Like, I was just like, I'm just chilling. She's like, okay. She's like, you know, the party is back. I go, I know. I'm just, also, just let me be. Just let me chill. I'm chilling. I'm recharging, okay? I'll bring the energy. So I got to take a second and go into the corner and overthink a couple of conversations I had. And then also just eat and recharge. Is that crazy? I needed a second. I was also drinking. I like smoked cigarettes. I like never really smoked cigarettes. But I had two and I was like, dude, I'm like, this is disgusting. But that's what's good about, honestly, that's what's good about cigarettes being gross and everyone agreeing that they're bad, is that it makes it that when you have them, it's like fun. Like you know it's bad, so you only want to have a couple. If it's something that you do all the time, then it's gross, dude. But every now and then, it's like having junk food. You're like, I'm gonna have a little treat. I'm gonna have a little smoke treat, a little cancer treat, just enough to take the edge off, and you know, and just add to the existentialism of like, yeah, you know what? Fuck it, I'll just have this. It's just nice to have a cig sometimes, dude. And I know not everyone's gonna agree with that, and that's fine. But every now, and it's a good way to get out of conversation. It's honestly, I just use it to get out of conversations. I'm going to start bringing them to parties and just be like, I'm going to go have a cigarette. I'll be right back. And then just go outside and throw it on the ground and just be like, whew. That's what it is. Dude, that's what I'm doing when I go into the corner and have my tacos and just eat alone. When I just have a little micro, like, introvert moment, because I'm extroverted, but it's like you got to have a couple moments to just chill, and that's what I'm doing when I do that. And you used to be able to do that with cigarettes, and you know, you go, I'm gonna go have a cigarette, and you get away from everyone, and then maybe you're with one other person, and you guys talk, and you know, you talk shit about someone at the party, because that's always nice. You meet someone at the party and then you bond talking shit about someone else who's like being kind of a clown. And look, I know it's not the right thing to do. And I know you're not supposed to talk shit about people. And I know the quote from Eleanor Roosevelt. And we already know that I'm on Eleanor Roosevelt's side now, because she was pretty cool and she had some good quotes. What is it? Small people talk about other people. Medium people I don't even know the quote. Medium people talk about current events, and big people talk about ideas, something like that. You already know what it is. Sometimes you want to be small and you want to just talk shit about. It's more just like, hey, is it just me or is this guy like kind of a douchebag? And then when someone else goes, no, it's not just you. You go, okay, this is good. This is a good reminder that I'm not just completely off the rails, right? And that's what's going to have a cig is. And it's you're having your little nonverbal moment. And, you know, I had a couple of them. That was nice. I talked to some girl about oh my God. Dude, I was talking to this girl and I think she was flirting with me. I mean, we were talking for so long on this balcony for like 45 minutes. And she like showed me a YouTube video, which like is some shit I would do with a girl, where I'm like, let me show you a YouTube video that I think is funny. Like, that's like how I flirt as a guy, is just becoming an 8-year-old boy. And I'm like, look at this guy. I think this guy's really funny. Watch this South Park clip. And it's them removing a nuke from Hillary Clinton's puss. Like, she did that to me with a comedy set, but it was actually funny. I liked it. But dude, we were having a good time. I wasn't really like, I'm at the point right now where I'm not really like actively trying to date other people. Like, it just is not it's not the move right now for me. But so we were talking, it was fine. And we talked about her long ass relationship. She broke her back. I mean, I hope she doesn't listen to this, but if she does, like, I don't give a fuck. She wouldn't care either, because I think she was think it's funny. She's a good sense of humor. We talked about my ex, talked about her. It was the whole thing. Also, no, I don't want to talk about that. And then we find out that we both do online stuff, like content creation and shit. And then she asks me, like, oh, what's your IG? So then I show her my IG. And look, things are going great. I don't think we're going to hook up or anything. But there's a small part of me that's like, you know, if we keep flirting, maybe a little kiss at the end of the night could be nice. What's better than going to a party, meeting a random stranger, hitting it off, and then a nice little makeout, and then you guys go home separately? Again, that's nirvana, dude. That's great. A little couple, some heavy petting, some grabbing, dude. Maybe get a little bit of ass. Maybe get one boob in there. Yo, that keeps me through the week. I want to go back to her place and then see her kitchen and look in her fridge. Oh, you okay? I guess you really like True Vonnie. You've got a lot of seltzers in here. You live alone, okay? And look at the living room, and you're like, oh, okay. I just either you have good taste, or also this is kind of boring. But I don't want to. And then you sit down, and then you have to do the thing where you talk for another 45 minutes, and then finally you start making out, and then you look at the clock, and you're like, it's 12:30. You're like, fucking kill me, okay? All right, I'm not gonna get home till 3 a.m. probably to just like a make out, and then like maybe. I mean, this makes you sound like such a dick, but whatever. You make out, and then like, I don't know, maybe you guys do something a little bit more, but then again, you're tired, and you're like, oh, we shouldn't. I should go. You know, all of that is avoided by just calling the Uber, 3-minute makeout outside, bye, and then maybe you don't even see each other again. Then it's like it's great, bro. Fantastic. It's just whimsy. That's just whimsy. And there's no feelings of hurt, whatever. I thought maybe that would happen. I show her my IG. Now, here's the thing. First of all, she opens up one of the videos and starts watching it. Huge red flag. Why would you do that to me? That's the most humiliating thing ever. I don't want to see my content. I don't want to watch you watch me. I don't want to watch you watch some video that I made. That's like stupid and online. And I do front-facing videos, and she goes like, "Oh, so you're just a little mentally ill boy." And I was like, "What? Why would you say that to? What the fuck? Like, dude, that's crazy. Isn't that such a weird, like?" And I honestly think that she thinks it's flirting. I think, dude, girls are so bad at flirting. It's insane how bad at flirting they are. The girl called me autistic to my face and like thought it was cute and thought I was going to be like, yeah, you're right. I'm neurodivergent. I'm on the spectrum. Loud noises make me stim. Like, what? I didn't say anything. I just had this face of like, yeah. And in my head, I was like, oh, I hate you. Okay. That was weird. Why'd you do that? Why'd you call me mentally ill? Why did you make me go through all of this? Couldn't you have just hit me with the follow and that's it? But instead, she does cooking content. What am I going to go onto her thing and pick up a video and go, oh, that looks disgusting. Oh, so you're just a cook who couldn't make it. I'm kidding. I'm teasing. Watch this YouTube video of an anime that I like. I'm teasing. I'm just flirting with you. Come on, I'm breaking the ice. Come on, you called me autistic. Like, it was weird. And I'm not actually gonna hold it against her, because again, I did the whole push station not that thing today, and we all get weird, and sometimes we say shit that but in the moment I go like, hey, don't watch my stuff. Also, don't call me mentally ill to my face. Right? I mean, don't call me mentally ill to my face. You know? God, I'm saying you know a lot. Don't call me mentally ill to my face. Say it behind my back. Talk shit about me like a normal person. There was a guy doing caricatures. That was kind of cool. Honestly thought they could have been a little bit better, I'm not gonna lie. But hey, good for the guy. He's making money. Good for him. I'm not gonna. But when someone does it and then you're like excited and you're expecting a certain level of expertise, and then they hand it to you and you're like, oh yeah, that's good. Like you do the thing where, I mean, it's fine. It wasn't great. The guy said he got booked 4 times a day. I'm like, seriously? No, I'm being so mean. He was very sweet. Maybe his hand was tired. Maybe, but I like, I wanted more in depth a little. I didn't think I could do better, but I was like, I could get close to that. He didn't even make, I wanted to make me look ugly. If you're going to do a caricature, I want make me look ugly, make me look bad. Don't just, or like have me like riding a unicorn or some shit. Don't just like have, it's literally just a photo of me. My glasses are a little bit bigger and my hat's on. I don't know. Those are the things. See, this is what happened to me, dude, when I'm at these like, I'm like having all of these social interactions and then I'm just analyzing them after. And number one, I can't help it. I like that. I think it's more fun for me because I'm always just like, oh, what's going on? What is it? What is human interaction like? And then you guys come to me and you send in voicemails and you're like, hey, is this weird? How should I act? Should I be talking to guys on Snapchat? And the answer is obviously no. You shouldn't be talking to guys on Snapchat. First of all, the guys on Snapchat, dude, if you're over 25 and you're on Snapchat, what are you doing? Now, this is coming from a guy that I do have it, but it's for one specific person, and they told me to download it. And guess what I downloaded it for? Nudes. From just that one person. So, like, you're a guy over 25 and you have Snapchat and you're just trolling on Snapchat to try and find a girl. Hey, what's up? How you doing? What are you up to today? Can I see your outfit? Wow, pretty. I'd love to take you out for a drink. Oh shit, you're 6 states away from me? My bad. Well, let's talk for another 5 months and then, maybe I'll come out there. What? Dude, if you're over 25 and you're on Snapchat, weird. I mean, I feel weird being on it. I still think it's gross that I'm on it, and I'm on it. But if a guy just randomly hits you up and tries to connect with you on Snap, nah, dude. Snapchat is for teenagers and people in the Middle East. For some reason, people in like Saudi Arabia love Snapchat. That's different, I guess. But trying to add someone from weird, bro. Just weird. I might freaking delete mine now. I'm talking about it. Makes me feel like a pedo, bro. You can feel like a creep. All right, recess is done. Recess is done. Back to work. So you guys already know did I tell you that my dad is obsessed with weapons? Well, if I didn't. My dad is obsessed with weapons. He's seen it like 3 times. He loves it. So, and we already know how I feel about weapons. And I talked about it all last week, and I thought it was pretty good. My take on it. The movie's also good, but my take was pretty funny. My dad tells my uncle to go see weapons. This is the voicemail my uncle left my dad after seeing Weapons. It's hilarious.
What the fuck is wrong with you? What the hell did we just see? I am still... how can you say it was a thriller? That was a fucking horror. And it was a fucking shitty horror. It was insane. It was hysterical at the end. You're fucking... You're messed up. You're really lost. I'm kind of concerned for you. Call me back one day and just let me know you're all right. But you're a fucking asshole.
Okay. The most uncle voicemail ever. And I love that he's like, okay, but call me back though. I need to make sure you're okay. That's what my uncle thinks. When my dad told him to go see weapons, he's like, "Oh, you're severely disturbed. You need help. Please call me back. I think I might never hear from you again." And guess what? I fully agree with my uncle. I feel for him. Like, dude, he's expressing the feeling that I had when I finished watching Weapons and knew that it was my dad's favorite movie. I'm like, yo, is my dad okay? His favorite movie? Does he want to become a witch? Dude, does my dad want to get into witchcraft? Honestly, it would be kind of tight. I'd rather him be into witchcraft than be MAGA, to be honest. So maybe he can get into that. Amazing. I love, dude, my uncle is just like an absolute insane person. And I'm actually happy he didn't say anything else, because usually in voicemails he says things that, not the worst thing to say. You guys all know what I'm talking about, but he usually just says things and I'm like, okay, well, now no one can hear this because it makes him sound a little old-fashioned, and we don't want to have that out there. But I would love to hear you guys' opinions on weapons too. 347-566-9741. I want to know what you guys thought about it, because I obviously had opinions, and one of you guys is going to call back and be like, "Start digging in your butt, twin." Shout out to one of my boys that listens to the podcast. We talked recently. Just wanted to say it's good seeing you, dude. I ran into one of my friends. He listens to the show. It's so funny when guys run into each other that we just start talking about directions. I ran into him, and then we just like started talking about where his job was, and then we both did the dad thing where we crossed our arms, and then he just told me about how he gets to his job. And then he told me about an alternate route that if there's traffic, that's how he also gets to his job. So no matter what, it only takes 20 minutes. And when I tell you, I was locked in to the directions that I will never use, but you just get dad brain. You're like, yeah. Sometimes the expressway is pretty bad. So if you actually just go on the service road right next to it and you follow it, and then you turn on Kingsland, and then you go around. See, that's where the bottleneck usually is, because most people know about that. They get off at exit 33 and they go on the service road and they follow it. But what you got to do is you got to go around. You go by the Sunoco. You actually drive through the Sunoco. Most of the time they don't give you issue, and then you go through a couple residential streets, and you can divert and avoid all of that. Still get to work 18 minutes. Fantastic. Yeah. No. Wow. Oh, good for you. That's great. And then that's guess what? That was our whole conversation. And then I got back in the car and I drove back to work. And it was like I checked in on his life. But all I actually learned was the two different routes that he got to work. Guys never actually ask each other how we're doing. We just talk about random shit, and we subtextually know if they're doing okay or not. I don't know how to. I honestly don't know how to explain it. It's kind of like a weird emotional intelligence superpower where you're just like, if we're talking about sports, it's like you just tell how the guy is by how he's talking about the other topic that you're discussing. If he's talking about sports and he's getting really angry, you're like, okay, something's going on at home with him. Something's going on with his wife. I mean, that's why my uncle said that, because he's like, he saw the movie and goes, what is good with my brother that he loves this movie? He's severely disturbed. And guess what? He's not wrong. But we just talked about directions. It's great. Sometimes I just love being a simple, stupid guy just talking about directions. It's so much better than being like, hey man, what's up with you? How are you feeling? How are your emotions? And look, I'm very supportive of that, but there's a time and a place. And on a corner in Astoria at 3 p.m. is not the time or the place. So let's talk about directions. And then keep it pushing. Just keep it pushing. Let's see. Laura's silly boy. Message from my dad. Yeah. We can talk about Will Smith rapping next week. Don't care about that. Why did I just write girl? Fuck. What? Oh, maybe that was that was the party thing. Okay. Let's talk about Zohran benching real quick. Did you guys see this? There's here we go. Hey, I'm not gonna screen record. I'm not gonna screen record this for the YouTube. You guys can look it up. Look, eventually I'll start screen recording and I'll put it on the YouTube. But right now, hey, here's how you can get me to do that. Share the episode, like and subscribe, get other people to start watching, and then I'll spend the extra time to screen record and put it on there. And I know you're gonna be like, Dylan, you just should what blah blah blah. What? I don't wanna. All right? Fuck. You can look it up. You don't need to. Maybe I will just screen record. How do I even fucking screen record? I forget. I honestly don't remember how. How do you screen record? Oh, new screen recording. All right, fuck it. I'll do it. Here we go. So Zohran Mamdani tried to bench, and Mamdani couldn't bench 135, and Eric Adams was clowning him for it. And it's like, here's the video. Okay, first of all, before we even go, no one thinks Mamdani's going to be able to bench this. Mamdani doesn't work out. You can look at him and immediately you go, he doesn't bench. And guess what? Who cares? Actually, if this is your biggest problem with him, go take a hike, dude. Grow the fuck up. Are you 16? This is why 16-year-olds can't vote. Because he's going to be like, oh, I can bench more than him. Bro, shut the fuck up. Okay. I mean, this is rough, though. This is a really bad situation for him. He's surrounded by a bunch of buff black dudes, and they're hyped for him, and they want him to do well. And he's also in suit pants and a dress shirt.
This is how you move up in the polls. Yeah.
Hey, man, the guy's hyping him way too much, and I'm telling you right now, this is not how you move up in the polls. He doesn't know what he's doing. Dude, look at him. He doesn't even know where to grab. Oh, fuck, this is so embarrassing. I feel for him. Whoever let him do this, you fucked up, dude. Why would you let Zohran bench? What are you doing? Whoever did this is a Cuomo plant for sure. Hey, Mamdani, there's a rat in your race. There's a rat in your team, and you need to get him out. Godfather style. 2 to the head. Pang pang. Pang pang. 2 to the head, dude. Drop a couple 45s on their spine like this, dude. You got a rat in your campaign, and it's time to call the exterminator. Dude.
Let's go. Yeah.
But, dude, yeah.
One more. Let me get three.
He looked.
Let me get three. Yeah.
Bro, he knows immediately as soon as he did it. He said he was nervous. Yeah, no, you don't know when you're. I mean, he's still got charisma, bro, and he still brings it back. But like, first of all, no one told him how to do. No one told him the correct form. No one. You said it like, you don't do this, because then you have some clown like Eric Adams being like, meanwhile, like, I'm repping 145 easy, you know, and it's like, dude, you took money from the Turkish government, okay? I'd rather my mayor not be able to bench and not take money from the Turkish government, so you can get some economy plus seats. Not even. What are you doing?
All right, the semi-secret services out here. We got one.
The Secret Service is out here. I mean, it's for anyone just listening. Like, okay, I screen recorded, so if you watch the YouTube, you can watch that. It's just Mamdani, and he goes and he tries the bench, and then like his arms go like as wide as possible, and then he has a horrible form, and he can't get it up without the guy helping him. Sorry, North Carolina. I was drinking into the mic. But it like, dude, I'm sorry. If you care whether your mayor can bench 135 pounds, you're an idiot. I'm sorry, dude. Like, honestly, there are more important things than that. You know what? You're not even an idiot. You're being tricked. You're being tricked by the internet to think that it's something that's important when it isn't at all. It doesn't matter at all. Mayors are supposed to be nerds, bro. They're supposed to just be good at running the city. Putting up 2 plates is not part of that. Like, who gives a fuck? For real. I don't care. Yeah, it was cool Obama could play basketball, but like, we don't need to be cool. Dude, you know what happens when you try to have like a cool mayor? You get Eric Adams. And bro's talking about how the shorties that he had in Queens. And look, that kind of worked on me. I was like, yo, this dude had shorties in Queens. And then I went, wait, hold on a second. This is not some guy that I'm talking to in the bodega. This is the guy who's responsible for plowing all the cities when we go through a snowstorm. Maybe I shouldn't want him to be talking about the shouties that he used to have in Queens. Maybe I shouldn't want that, Mr. Adams. Let's see what people said. Most people don't work out, but LOL. I mean, yeah. Here we go. Here, great. I'm not a fan of his policies, but his inability to bench a small amount doesn't make me think any differently. But sheesh, any man between 18 and 70 should be able to bench 135. That is true. You should be able to. I think you want to bring a toxic masculine, whatever. I think you should be able to bench 135 a couple times. But you also, if this dude has never benched, he doesn't know the form. There's like a proper way to do it. And if you don't know how to do it, it's going to look sloppy and it's not going to work out. And he was flat back. He didn't, dude, who cares? Man, was this episode extremely hilarious? Fuck no. But it was fun. It was fun going through voicemails. I'm gonna put up more posters. You guys are gonna call back in. Now you have things to call in about. You can tell me what you think about Mom Donnie. You can tell me what you think about weapons. We can hear about Snapchat. Let's hear. Actually, you know what? Before we end, are people using Snapchat? Snapchat is a dating app. Let's see. Snapchat has evolved from the platform. I mean, here we go. 13 to 24, age range 13 to 24 make up 57% of Snapchat's user base. Yeah, I mean, it's an app for teenagers. Many use it as a dating app, but it's for teens. Yeah, dude, no, it's not. It's still, I mean, if a guy told me that he used Snap, like that he met some girl on Snap, immediately I'd be like, okay, well, I'm going to get away from you because the police are probably going to break down your door soon and then find something on the hard drives that you keep like locked in a safe. You know what I mean? Anyway, guys, please call in. Please share the show. Let's grow it. That's what I want from you. Here's the thing. All right. If you call in and you hear me talk about it, you talk about your voicemail, tell your friends, have them listen too, and then they can send in voicemails and the show will just grow and we'll give more advice. It'll be absolutely fantastic. But also call in with questions, not just, hey, this thing happened to me, because I like that. But advice is always fun. It's more to discuss. Even the thing that Nevin left about saying gay. You know, I honestly thought I would have more to say about that, but I really just think it's like I just think you can tell so easily when a guy is saying it out of malice and a guy is just saying it where he's trying to be a little bit of like an instigator, you know? But I still don't use it like half as much as I did in high school because, you know, you can just say lame or whack. But there's certain instances when it does just does hit harder. And in those scenarios, you want to say I'm wrong? And I'd just be like, yo, I'm not. And I'll just be like, hey, start digging in your butt, twin.